Drew here at Frisco Tennis Stream. Today we're going to talk briefly about the different types of tennis balls out on the market. If you're a competitive or a tournament or professional player, there's two main types of balls. There's the extra duty ball, and that's going to have thicker felt. And that thicker felt is going to be perfect for hard court because hard court can be very unforgiving to the ball, that constant friction hitting it. So that thicker felt will be much, much better for a hard court. So if you're a player who plays often on a hard court, an extra duty tennis ball is ideal. The other type of tennis ball that competitive and professional and tournament players use is a regular duty ball. A regular duty ball, as you probably guess, has thinner felt. This is perfect for clay. On a clay court, a thicker felt would not work because every time that felt would hit the clay, it would pick up some of the clay and it would not be very playable. But that thinner felt will be perfect for a clay court. So if you're a competitive player, depending on what surface you normally play on is going to be how you determine what ball to use. One thing you should keep an eye on when you buy tennis balls is if it's pressurized or pressureless. Pressurized, all competitive tennis balls are pressurized. Basically, the bounce comes from an internal air pressure inside the ball. This gives it more bounce, more speed. If you ever played with tennis balls right out of the can, you know what I'm talking about. Those things can get flying. So pressurized balls, that's going to be every competitive tennis ball is going to be pressurized. The downside of these balls is they will lose their bounce because it loses that air pressure. So over time, they'll need to be replaced more often. The other type of ball is a pressureless ball. This is used for beginners, or if you have a ball machine, they work great because you're going to get a consistent feed every time. These aren't as bouncy, and they're not going to have the speed as the normal ball. But like I said, they're great for beginners and great for a machine, but the bounce doesn't come from air pressure. It comes from the rubber that the ball is made from, so air pressure doesn't matter. So these actually will have a very similar bounce for a much longer time. So unlike pressurized balls, these pressureless balls are going to be perfect for a long time, but you really should only use pressureless if you're a beginner or, like I said, have a machine or just looking to get real consistent feeds. For younger players, junior players, or very young kid players, there's three main types of beginner balls. There's what's called the Stage 3 red ball. This is going to be very large. It's going to be very forgiving, not a lot of bounce. So this is perfect for very young kids, like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. This is going to be ideal. It's very forgiving. The next stage is a Stage 2 ball. It's an orange ball. This is for kids who are a little bit older. The ball's going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to have a little bit more bounce, but still very forgiving. And then right before you're ready to officially play with a competitive ball as a younger junior, there's a Stage 1 green ball. This is close to a standard ball. It's just going to have a little bit less bounce. I've heard like 20-25% less bounce, but it's going to be much closer to the competitive ball than the Stage 2 or Stage 3 ball. So if you're a young kid or you have a young kid who is close to being ready to play with a competitive tennis ball, a green ball is the way to go. This has been Drew from Frisco Tennis Stream talking about the different types of tennis balls, and I hope to talk soon.